The final round of the SCCA Hoosier Super Tour, held at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca near the beautiful Monterey coast. For some, it's the last chance to qualify for the runoffs. For others, it's about getting that last bit of seat time, that last bit of practice before going to the big show.
Laguna Seca, this track is amazing. There's so much elevation, there's so much banking, and I can't wait to get out there again today. I've been running 2 race groups to try and get as much track time as possible to stay competitive in my group this weekend. B-Spec are the manufacturer's Class B type cars, and it started off as just a stock entry-level class, a place for drivers like me to come in and learn how to drive. Lots of people like to think, oh, they're not that fast, they only have, 100 horsepower, but we drive them to the absolute limit. So, we're taking these corners at the same speed and sometimes even faster than the higher horsepower cars, which I believe requires just a little bit more skill. Just hoping for a podium finish and to continue advancing in my development. That's all I'm here for really this weekend.
Jerry Storms came down from Canada with her father, William Storms, as her crew and co-driver to get some extra track time in preparation for the runoffs in their B-Spec Mazda 2.
Well, we're working with Sherry this weekend to just fine-tune and get her comfort zone into this track. Focus on 1 or 2 things each session to try and improve these sessions and get her the goals that she's searching for this weekend. Been traveling with my daughter and racing with my daughter. It's been really cool.
He had been helping me race for the last 6 years, and I was at the point where my development needed to advance just a little bit more. I needed to learn some racecraft and to be around some more competitive cars. We're always just a little bit different. Canadians, father-daughter crew, and even female. We look at this weekend and there's very few women out here still running any kind of car. So I do a lot of work with SCCA Women on Track to try and promote the sport that way. I'm trying to do everything I can to see more of us females out here. It's one of the last sports where women and men compete head to head.
Across the paddock, a bit of a different story is unfolding with one of SCCA's legendary production drivers, Joe Huffaker.
This car right here is now the winningest production car in the history of the runoffs with 7 championships to that car. So 10 for me, 7 for the car. It's pretty good. The Super Tour in general is a great formula that SCCA came up with some years back. It's good to see new faces come in it, and I think they're doing that. And I like the formula where they move the runoffs from one track to the other, mostly destination tracks where people, bucket list tracks where people want to go. We love coming to Laguna Seca, dealing with the San Francisco region always. The workers here are great, all up and down the coast. It's, Monterey, so we come here and we enjoy the downtown, we enjoy the racing, the camaraderie, and just a good group of racers here with SCCA. At this point of doing it, it's pretty calming for me, but you gotta try it. You gotta, start out with anything. Go solo and step into this, but it's the best. It's a good rush, and once you do it, you're never gonna not do it. So it's a good thing to do. It's also, the people here are just the best, so it's a different world, and you learn from these people different things in different ways, just life. Great, here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Today I chose to run in GTL, and very successful. I started 3rd on the grid, 1st in GTL. I had a problem with the reverse lockout, so I was fumbling with that the whole race trying to get it back together. It actually lets me miss shifts if it's not in there, so I was missing shifts left and right. I had slow laps, fast laps, but luckily enough, the preparation on the car, I got the track record by about 9/10, I think. So new track record at GTL and the win. Yeah, I love coming here. Monterey, how can you not like it? SCCA Hoosier, tour is great.
place the whole race. He really kept me honest there, and any little mistake that I made, I knew he was coming, and that bottom step on the podium was still really important to me, so I'm just so glad that I was able to stay calm and stay consistent and keep the car settled, and I'm happy with the third place finish even though we wanted to win first. We tied for the championship, and unfortunately Frank's got more points under the tie, so he takes the championship, but I'm still very proud of where we finished. Next stop is the runoffs, our championship runoffs. The goal there is for the win. We're building a new car, competitive car for that track, and you'll see us in October at the runoffs, and Dad will be racing too, so the two of us, I'm hoping for a first and second finish for the both of us.
With the wrap on the final Hoosier Super Tour event, it is time for these racers to start looking to Virginia International Raceway for the National Championship runoffs. With just a few short weeks to prepare for what many call one of the greatest ever drivers' tracks, these teams have a lot of work to do.